Section 25C, Air Force Core Values. 25.7, the Air Force Core Values. At the heart and soul of our profession, the Air Force recognizes our core values as universal, consistent standards used to evaluate the ethical climate of all Air Force organizations. When needed in the cauldron of war, core values are the beacons that light the path of professional conduct and the highest ideals. Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Values represent enduring, guiding principles for which we stand. Values such as the Air Force core values of integrity, service, and excellence should motivate attitudes and actions on and off duty as essential moral principles or beliefs that are held in the highest regard. Our core values represent the Air Force's firm convictions about the nature of our personal character, our commitment to each other and our nation, and the manner in which we perform our service. Core values are so fundamental that they define our very identity through a common bond among all professional airmen, past and present. For those of us who join this proud community, being a part of the Air Force family requires a commitment to living by these values at all times. Reflecting the Air Force core values in one's personal and professional lives is a challenge that must be faced every day. In doing so, we honor the heritage and continue the legacy of those who served before us and sacrificed so much. It is through this alignment of our actions with these values that we, as an Air Force, earn the public's trust, strengthen our service, and accomplish our mission. This is the expectation of our profession and is the standard that our fellow service members and the American public hold us to. 25.8, The Little Blue Book. America's Air Force, a profession of arms, has historically been recognized and referred to as the Little Blue Book. The Little Blue Book is the document containing and prescribing the Air Force core values. An excerpt from America's Air Force, a profession of arms, states, "First, we must understand that our chosen profession is that of a higher calling in which we hold ourselves to higher standards. To serve proudly and capably, our commitment to our cause must be unbreakable. It must be bonded in our mutual respect for each other. Throughout our service, we are guided and reminded of this awesome responsibility. The oaths we take remind us that we serve freely in support and defense of our Constitution. We abide by a code of conduct that captures our resolve, while our Airman's Creed highlights the strength of our diverse airmen who fly, fight, and win as one Air Force. We are the world's greatest Air Force, powered by airmen, fueled by innovation. We are surrounded by reminders on a daily basis of the meaning of service in our profession, the profession of arms." 25.9, Core Values Defined. Professional Air Force ethics consist of three fundamental and enduring values, core values, of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Success hinges on the incorporation of these values into the character of every airman. The Air Force core values represent the commitment each airman makes when joining the Air Force and provide a foundation for leadership, decision-making, and success in every level of assignment, regardless of difficulty or dangers presented by the mission. In today's compressed, dynamic operational environment, an airman does not have the luxury of examining each issue at leisure. He or she must fully internalize the core values to be able to expeditiously act in all situations while maintaining professional Air Force standards. In light of the demands placed upon our people to support security interests around the globe, each of these core values are essential. Integrity provides the bedrock for our military endeavors and is fortified by service to country. This, in turn, fuels the drive for excellence. Each core value can be distinctly defined and described as an essential aspect of our service. Additionally, each core value is interwoven and interdependent on the unyielding, unwavering commitment to uphold our standards at all times. Integrity first. Integrity first is a character trait and the willingness to do what is right even when no one is looking. Being faithful to one's convictions is part of integrity. A person of integrity acts on conviction, demonstrating impeccable self-control without acting rashly. Following principles, acting with honor, maintaining independent judgment, and performing duties with impartiality help to maintain integrity and avoid conflicts of interest. Integrity encompasses many characteristics indispensable to airmen and makes us who we are and what we stand for. Integrity is as much a part of a professional reputation as an ability to fly or fix jets, operate a computer network, repair a runway, or defend an air base. Integrity is the ability to hold together and properly regulate all the elements of one's personality. Integrity is the moral compass, the inner voice that keeps us on the right path when we are confronted with ethical challenges and personal temptations. An individual realizes integrity when thoughts and actions align with what he or she knows to be right. Virtues of integrity. The virtues of integrity include honesty, courage, and accountability. Honesty is the hallmark of integrity. Honesty means our words must be unquestionable so we preserve the trust that unites us through a common goal and purpose. Honesty requires us to evaluate our performance against standards and to conscientiously and accurately report findings. This is the only way to preserve the trust we hold so dear with each other and with the population we serve. Courage is not the absence of fear, but doing the right thing despite the fear. Courage empowers us to take necessary personal or professional risks, make decisions that may be unpopular, and admit to our mistakes. Having the courage to take these actions is crucial for the mission, the Air Force, and the nation. Accountability is responsibility with an audience. Accountability instills our responsibility while maintaining transparency and ownership for our actions. Our audience may be the American people, our units, our supervisors, our fellow airmen, our families, our loved ones, and even ourselves. Accountable individuals maintain transparency, seek honest and constructive feedback, and take ownership of the outcomes of their actions and decisions. They are responsible to themselves and others and refrain from actions which discredit themselves or our service. Service before self. As an Air Force core value, service before self represents an abiding dedication to the age-old military virtue of selfless dedication to duty, including putting one's life at risk if called to do so. Service before self tells us that professional duties take precedence over personal desires. Airmen are practitioners of the profession of arms, entrusted with the security of the nation, the protection of its citizens, and the preservation of their way of life. In this capacity, airmen serve as guardians of America's future, and this responsibility requires the needs of service and country to be placed before our own. In today's world, service to country requires not only a high degree of skill, but also a willingness to make personal sacrifices. Airmen work long hours to provide the most combat capability possible for the taxpayer dollar. Military duties require us to perform on temporary duty assignments, accept permanent changes of station, and deploy to the far corners of the globe without complaint to execute the mission in extremely harsh conditions to meet national security needs. Having the heart and mindset for service allows us to embrace expectations and requirements not levied on the American public or other professions. The reasons professionals remain with the Air Force cannot be counted or measured. Military professionals gain satisfaction from doing something purposeful, gain pride in significantly contributing to an organization that lives by high standards, and gain a sense of accomplishment from defending the nation and its people. Virtues of service before self. The virtues of service before self include duty, loyalty, and respect. Duty. While duty is the obligation to perform what is required for the mission as determined by the law, the Department of Defense, and Air Force instructions, directives, and guidance, duty may also involve having to make sacrifices in ways that no other profession has or will. Our sense of duty is a personal one and bound by the oath of service we took as individuals. Loyalty. Loyalty is an internal commitment to the nation, to the values and commitments of our Air Force, and to the men and women with whom we serve. Loyalty to our leaders requires us to trust, follow, and execute their decisions, offer alternative solutions and innovative ideas most effectively through the chain of command, and ultimately help each other to always act with honor. Respect. Respect is treating others with dignity and valuing them as individuals. We must always act knowing that all airmen possess a fundamental worth as human beings and treat others with the utmost dignity and respect, understanding that our diversity is a powerful source of strength. Excellence in all we do. Excellence in all we do directs us to develop a sustained passion for the continuous improvement and innovation that propels the Air Force as well as ourselves beyond the capabilities of our adversaries. This core value demands that airmen constantly strive to perform at our best. Adherence of this core value means that airmen seek out and complete developmental education, constantly work hard to stay in physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and moral shape, continue to enhance professional competencies, and are diligent to maintain their job skills, knowledge, and personal readiness at the highest possible levels. We must have a passion for continuous improvement and innovation that propels America's Air Force in quantum leaps towards accomplishment and performance. Virtues of excellence in all we do. The virtues of excellence include mission, discipline, and teamwork. Mission. Having a mission focus encompasses operation, product, and resource excellence. The complex undertaking of the Air Force mission requires us to harness the ingenuity, expertise, and collective effort of all airmen. We approach it with the mindset of stewardship, initiative, improvement, pride, and a continued commitment to anticipate and embrace change. Our people are the platform for delivering innovative ideas, strategies, and technologies to the fight. Our work areas, our processes, and our interpersonal interactions must be undeniably professional and positive. Discipline. Discipline is an individual commitment to uphold the highest of personal and professional standards. We demonstrate it in attitude, work ethic, and effort directed at continuous improvement, whether pursuing professional military education or nurturing ourselves physically, intellectually, emotionally, or spiritually. The appearance, actions, and words of airmen represent the Air Force and shape the culture of the Air Force and the reputation of the military profession. Teamwork. Teamwork is essential at every level. Airmen recognize the interdependency of every member's contribution toward the mission and strive for organizational excellence as a team. We not only give our personal best, but also challenge and motivate each other. We carry our own weight and, whenever necessary, help our wingmen carry theirs. We serve in the greatest Air Force in the world, and we embrace the idea that our part of the Air Force meets that world-class standard.